friends, I'm playing today with tulips. I know it's not quite tulip season, but I thought I would play with them a little bit. I love this color palette on the left here. So those are the colors I'm going to be using. I've got my little journal pad here. Artisto is great as well, 140-pound cold press. Love that texture. And I'm using my Paul Rubens Student My Lane palette because it has a lot of the, in this palette it's the 48 colors, and it has a lot of the little metallics, so I like playing with them sometimes. But these will be my go-to colors. I feel like it kind of looks like almost jelly beans. And I'm using my number 8 round brush, very snappy, but use what you have. You can use the Degatos, I share a lot. You can use an 8 Princeton, whatever 8 round brush you have is just fine. I'm going to be using the side of my brush, so I wanted to show you that real quickly. Let me grab a piece of paper here that I can play with. And using that point press method, so the way I'm going to do these, let me grab just a purple here, is for my tulips, I'm going to be anchoring my hand here and point, so light pressure, and as I move down, I'm pressing into my brush to widen that belly, and then I keep moving and I pull back up. So I'm basically, let me grab a little bit more paint, point, side of my brush, come up, and then I'm going to do the other side, point, side of my brush. So I've already got this wonderful little tulip shape. And then let's go in with green, which by the way is a split complementary. And what I mean by that is purple and orange. Where's my purple? Purple and yellow are direct opposites. I tend to go for more of a split complementary, just meaning I don't tend to use directly opposite. I will use split complementary would be a little to the right or a little to the left. That tends to be my go-to. It just lessens that harshness for me. Of course, that is just me. You know, use what you like, but let's get that green in there. And I do tend to mix my cools and warms a little bit. I paint very intuitively, so there's our stem. I'm going to come back to that. Let's go ahead and create using this cad orange or orangey yellow. That is in my palette as well. And let's create another little tulip here. Point, press, side of my brush, up on the point. One more, point, press. There we go. And then while that's wet, I want to go in with my green. Just like that. Love how it mixes in there. That's kind of why I do that. I might even add a tiny bit more. That is the sap green, which is definitely a little bit cooler. And let's see, one more color. Let's use our Quin rose. Put that in here and point, press, opening the belly, and then just up on the tip to kind of create, point, press, just round out my tulip a bit. And I'm going to be filling in the centers, by the way. Here's my green. Like that. And then my favorite part is creating those very long, sweeping leaves that we find on a tulip. I love. I just think they're so elegant. Point, press, and tuck it back in. just like that. So very easy. We're going to still come back and finish the inside of those tulips. Point press. I just love the leaves. I just think they're so flowy and pretty. And let's go in now with a little darker purple for the front of that tulip, and point press. I'm going to give that a little bit darker value, meaning a little bit more pigment. Point press, like that. Really makes it pop out. And you could have done this reverse too, starting with the dark and then going over with the light. While that's wet, I'll just add in a tiny bit more of that green and maybe bring that all the way down, something like that. So there's that tulip. Now I'm going to go in with a little darker value, yellow, and just meaning more pigment than water. So probably 80% pigment, 20% water. Point press, point press. So it really gives that feeling of depth and dimension. And then let's go in, add a little bit more green. Like that. And finally our white, which actually here, maybe what I'll do is use just a damp brush and just a tiny bit of that pink. And I'm going to tuck it in behind like that. So see that difference there? When I go light in the background, it kind of pulls it into the back. There we go. And makes it feel like these front petals are up front a little bit more. I'm going to add in a tiny darker, just darken this a bit. There we go. So it really pulls those two petals out in front. And a little bit of green. And that's about it, guys. I'm pretty much done with this. Point press. Just adding in a little bit more at the bottom here. Pull those out, and if you notice, this petal in the, or leaf in the back is a little bit lighter, so it kind of falls to the back. And we can always go in here with some splatters. Let's just pick up a little paint. I think I'll do green splatters. There we go. And there you go. What a cute card this would make. And playing with those dark and light values. And I hope you give this one a try. Happy painting, everybody. Just remember to have fun and play a lot, you know, discover what color palettes you like. And I'm just so grateful to have you here. You guys are so much fun. And happy painting. Most of all, just enjoy.